The sun beamed down on the park. Butterflies fluttered. Amelia skipped along, her yellow dress bright. She giggled. It was a happy day. Suddenly, a shadow fell over Amelia. She looked up. A Great Dane stood before her. He was taller than her dad. This was no ordinary dog. This was the tall elf dog.
Wow!
The tall elf dog wagged his tail. He was happy to meet a new friend. A pink, glittery cloud seemed to bounce over. It was a poodle. The poodle, named Sparkle, yipped a hello. Her pink collar jingled. Amelia, the tall elf dog, and Sparkle were now a team. They were ready for an adventure. Later, Amelia sat on a bench. The tall elf dog rested his head on her lap. Sparkle, nestled beside Amelia, licked her hand.
Tell me a story.
The tall elf dog woofed softly. He closed his eyes. He remembered a time long ago. He remembered a mean owner, a man named Odd Him. Odd Him had taken him away in a UFO. The tall elf dog whimpered. He missed his home in the stars. Amelia hugged him tight. She wished she could take away his sadness. Just then, a book appeared. It shimmered with stardust. This book held the key to the tall elf dog's past. The book flipped open. Pictures glowed on its pages. Amelia saw a skinny elf. He had a mischievous grin. This was Odd Him, the tall elf dog's old owner. Suddenly a voice crackled from the sky.
Where is my tall elf dog?
Odd Him was back. He hovered above them in his silver UFO. His eyes scanned the park. He was desperate to find his lost dog. The tall elf dog trembled. He recognized that voice. He couldn't believe Odd Him was back. Amelia held him close. She wouldn't let anyone take him away. Odd Him landed his UFO with a thud. He hopped out, his eyes lighting up when he saw the tall elf dog.
There you are.
Odd Him held out his hand, wanting the tall elf dog to come with him. The tall elf dog whined, looking at Amelia, then at Odd Him. He had a big decision to make. Should he stay on Earth with Amelia, or should he go back to space with Odd Him?
It's okay, she whispered, hugging the tall elf dog tight. You can choose.
She knew he loved space. She wanted him to be happy, even if it meant letting him go. The tall elf dog licked Amelia's cheek, nuzzling his head against hers. He then walked towards Odd Him, ready to go home. Amelia fought back tears, losing her friend but happy for him. Odd Him grinned, patting the tall elf dog's head. They climbed into the UFO, which lifted off the ground. Amelia waved goodbye, watching as it disappeared into the clouds. Sparkle whimpered, sensing Amelia's sadness. Amelia picked up the little dog and hugged her close. They would miss the tall elf dog, but they would never forget him. Night fell. Amelia looked up at the stars, imagining the tall elf dog soaring through space. She knew he was happy, and that brought her comfort. Amelia hugged Sparkle close, and Sparkle licked away her tears. Amelia read Sparkle a bedtime story about a dog who lived on a star, a dog who was very loved. Amelia closed her eyes, drifting off to sleep, dreaming of the tall elf dog and their adventures together. And she knew in her heart that they would meet again someday.